Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing this face, I'm Scholastica and I'm here with my baby princess Tyra because she will not allow me film this video. Anyway, in this video we're going to be talking about why you are unsuccessful after your interview. So I spoke with a recruiter recently and she gave me some reasons why you get rejected even after your interview. So make sure you watch this video to the end. Will you let mommy film this video? Yes, I will. So guys, welcome back. So I talked with an employer/recruiter recently. She specializes in international recruitment of nurses, care assistants, doctors, because some of you guys, you do interviews and then you get unsuccessful emails after the interview. So I asked her what could be the reason, because I know that it's not really easy to get an interview, especially now that you have a lot of people applying for the same job. So when you get an interview, you are praying that it's successful, and it's very discouraging when it comes back unsuccessful. So I asked her what are some of the reasons why this happens, and here's what she said. So 80% of the people that get unsuccessful emails are those that did not prepare for the interview. This can be in two forms. Let's talk about the first part, which is in form of your CV. So I know we'll say touch up your CV to the acceptable standard, like put a lot of experiences, your skills, but it's actually bad when you over exaggerate things in your CV. So from what I understood from our discussion, when they get your CV, it's the first impression of you. So just looking at what is in your CV, they already have an idea of what to expect if they employ you. Now imagine they invite you for interview, everybody says for the interview, and then they ask you about things that you have put in your CV and then you have no clue about it. For example, in your CV you wrote something like you are very good with elderly patients, you've worked in the geriatric ward, you've taken care of dementia clients, and then in your interview they ask you how do you manage a confused patient, and you are clueless. Another example is, let's say you put in your CV that you have 10 years job experience working as a nurse in the ward, and then in the interview they ask you, you have a patient on blood transfusion and this patient is reacting to the blood. What is the first thing you are going to do? And you don't have any idea what to do. Tell me, if you're the employer, how will you feel? You'll feel like this candidate just went to Google and manufactured all the skills, all the experiences, and even the references are manufactured. So guys, please, I have a video about interview questions, likely interview questions. I'm going to leave the link in the description box. Watch that video. I've had a lot of testimonies from that video. Many people, they send me messages, even check through the comments. You'll see, you watch the video and then you go for your interview confident and you pass your interview. But that does not mean that after watching the video you should forget about your CV. Make sure you familiarize yourself with everything that you've put on your CV. Those skills that you say you have, make sure you read about them. So that is the first part. The second part is you did not do your research about this company or this NHS trust that you are applying to. So there are lots of NHS trusts in different parts of the UK, and there are lots of care homes. Now the employer is going to ask you, why did you choose this particular company? What are you going to say? Of course they don't know, or probably they know that you've applied to millions and millions of companies and job vacancies, but they also want to know why you choose this particular company to apply to. So guys, when you get an interview request, please make sure you research on the trust. For me, they asked me that question because I work in a nursing home and my employer asked me, why did I choose this particular care home, or why did I choose this particular company rather? And my answer was that they have a very high OSCE pass rate, which was true because most of the people I know that were working there, they just go for their OSCE and they get it on first trial, and I didn't want to do OSCE twice, so that was why I picked that company and they were very impressed. So guys, make sure you research on this company because it's going to be very discouraging to both you and the employer when they ask you about questions like this and you are unable to answer. And trust me, nobody wants that, especially now that you have a lot of people applying for jobs and there are lots of people out there that will quickly grab your spot. Even on that interview day, you are not the only person being interviewed. They have, like, let's say 5, 6, 7 candidates, and they just give you guys separate times. So maybe your time is at 10 o'clock, the next person is at 10:30, and the other one is at 11 o'clock. So if you don't do your research well and you don't answer the questions well, you've already failed the interview. They will move to the next person, and that person will get the job if she or she is more prepared. So guys, do your research on likely questions, research on questions that can come out from things that you've placed in your CV, so you don't mess up and you'll be at the top of your game. So that is for 80% of people that get rejected after their interview, or let me not say rejected, people that are unsuccessful after their interview. Now the remaining 20%, they're my baby said, oh. Now the remaining 20% are dealing with external factors. So things like internet connection. Like what I used to say, make sure you try your internet before your interview day. So have a friend call you just to try things, because your interview is going to be online on Skype, and you know, in Nigeria, in Africa, there are some places that really have internet issues. In fact, to make it easier and better, don't even make that trial call on your interview day. Make the call before your interview day, so that if there's any issues, you'll be able to like sort it out before that day. So have a friend call you on trial. Make sure your microphone is working, make sure your speaker is working, make sure your camera is clear, your internet connection, your internet settings, they are all sorted out before your interview day. Now apart from that, another reason is having a noisy background. I know a lot of people, most people have their interviews at home. It's better to actually have your interview at home when you are calm, you are comfortable in your surrounding. But there is a disadvantage if you have little children that are going to disturb you, or you have a baby that is crying in the background disturbing you during your interview. It's going to be an issue. Just like this my little princess here. She has been crying. I've been trying to make this video, and this is the last resort. You know, if this is an interview, I can't, of course I can't bring my baby to an interview and have my baby with me doing an interview. That is not professional at all. So guys, if you have a baby or you have children crying, you can get your sister, get someone to stay with them at home in another room separate from the room that you are having your interview. So make sure all those noisy background, if you have pets, cats, dogs barking, you live near the road, and I live near the road now, and I'm sure during this video you are hearing cars passing, horning and everything. So if I was to have an interview today, I'm not going to sit down here in this position to have that interview, because these background noises, they are going to interfere. I'll probably go upstairs to somewhere that is very quiet and have my interview, as long as I have good lighting. So guys, if you live in a house that is close to the road, or you have children, pets that are going to disturb you during your interview, keep them out of the way. If that is not possible, if you think that is not possible and you can't get someone to watch your children while you do your interview, then go to a cyber cafe and have your interview. That is another option too, because I remember when I was in Lagos, they have cyber cafes like that. So you go there and then you tell them that you need 1 hour private space. So they'll just give you a room or a cubicle or something, and then you just have it to yourself. So moving on, apart from that, some people, they treat the interview casually. So for example, you go late for your interview. Now for me, I was early to my interview, but my interviewers, my employer / recruiter / agency, or whoever, the people that did my interview, they were very late. And they kept on sending me messages. There is snow, the weather is bad, this so person is on the way, you just have to keep waiting. Guys, it's okay for your employer to be late to the interview, but it is not okay for you to be late to your interview. So make sure you are seated, your phone battery should be charged. there is nothing as bad as your phone going off in the middle of your interview. So make sure everything you need for your interview, your phone, your internet connection, the light, everything you need is ready, and you are seated, properly dressed. Don't go to your interview dressed like, oh, it's an online interview, it doesn't matter, and then you just wear one polo like I'm wearing now. Not that polo is bad though. But you just wear something that you know you cannot wear to a physical interview. Anything that you cannot wear to a physical interview, don't wear it for your online interview. So make sure you dress professionally. Don't treat it casually. Don't be late, and don't forget to research on the company. I wish you guys lots and lots of good luck, success in advance, and I hope you get your job. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. It's that red button under this video, and after clicking the subscribe button, it doesn't end there. Click the notification bell close to it so you'll be notified when I drop more videos. And guys, thank you for now. Until next video, bye.